Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wargroove. So I did some looking around in the menus, and it turns out, it seems that what the stars are for is to unlock art in the gallery. I don't know if it's concept art or like additional pieces or what, but since that looks like all the stars do, I'm not going to stress too much about them for now. To be perfectly honest with you, it's very likely that I will go back and 100% all of the levels, but I don't know if that's necessarily a fun thing for us to do right now, while there's still more story to unfurl here. So, let us continue. With Sedge defeated, Emmerich faces a new Florin threat. I take it the negotiations with the king are not going to go well here. I am the ruler of this forest. The Gloom Woods are the home and hunting grounds of my tribe. Why do you enter our land, armed and armored as you are? In shining steel with shields and swords. You see, Greenfinger, there are invaders. They've come to slay the Florin. Sedge will... No, Sedge. This is a Greenfinger's duty. Your invasion ends here, humans. I will protect the Florin at all costs. You can tell he's mad because his little tiny eyes turned white. Okay, we got trebuchets, it looks like. Oh, that's a big dude. Okay, that's a fairly serious punch. Is that their commander, or is that just like a big dude that they have? As he didn't have a groove thing when I hovered over him, but do enemy commanders get grooves? I'm not actually sure. These gloom giants are a force to be reckoned with. We need to try and keep them at a distance using our trebuchets. While our trebuchets are unable to move and attack in the same turn, their range and destructive power render them an immense threat to our enemies. Of course, the trebuchets can't hit what they can't see. Sending battle pups into the mountains will provide us with the perspective we need. Yeah, what's the rules for the trebuchets? Can I... Okay, here we go. Critical hit at max range, which is 5. So, like right now, they set this up so that we could critically hit this guy. Well, I really appreciate that. That projectile didn't... It's a little bit less fanfare on landing than I was hoping for. So what is your story? Critical hit when at or below 40% health. This is just like a real big type of unit. Out of curiosity, what is the what is our faction's version of that thing? Wait, this is where red? A merfolk, maybe? Apparently we're gonna get merfolks? Giant golems? Alright, let's stop looking at... I'm spoiling stuff here. Let's just focus up. So we should be able to knock this guy out pretty easily. Let's move a dog up onto a mountain space first. Maybe it would be a good idea if I got some information about our surroundings before committing all my units to battle. Okay, you definitely have to move up. I guess, yeah, our commander's just gonna finish this guy off.
Lightning blast!
Wow. Dude's arms just came clean off like they weren't even attached. I definitely want to scout forward before capturing anything. That did not actually give me any new information. Actually, could you capture that from this tile? So we have here our stronghold. Stronghold doesn't do anything by itself, right? Okay, yeah, we summon new units from the barracks, and the stronghold doesn't seem to do anything except to make us lose if it gets captured. Well, so we can get more trebuchets at 900 gold each, but we definitely want the troops necessary to defend them first. I think I'm going to favor swords for the moment. They're way weaker than pikes, but the extra point of movement is significant. We'll try to get some dogs up into these mountains up here. Should give us a little bit of forward vision. Okay, I heard another one of those big, huge dudes moving around. Okay, well... Path is clearer than I thought it was going to be.
A tactical advantage.
I assume this is, yeah, not really going to give us any more vision. The buildings themselves have vision, but the mountain range in front of them is a little bit awkward. Okay, so they have spears over there. I mean, I think I should probably head this way. Yeah, we should have somebody exerting some pressure down there. These guys have the wheel movement type, I'm assuming? Yeah. So grass is a little bit awkward for them. We gotta remember that. I kind of want to save up for a night, given how much movement we're having to do here. So we're bringing in, what, 300 a turn now? If I can afford to spend up to 200 right now, another pup might be a good idea. And if we get over here and we're doing anything other than hiring knights every turn, we're gonna really want to have some wagons as well. That's a thing worth thinking about. But right now, I guess I'll get a pike. We probably have enough swords. Yeah, and fighting the enemy spearmen with our own swordsman is going to be awkward. Okay, it was nice of that guy to stop inside trebuchet range. It's not critical, but it's still very good. Yeah, no, I was expecting a bigger explosion on landing. I know that I know that trebuchets did not work by hurling bombs at people, but it's a video game, you know. I thought maybe they'd spice it up a little bit. Wow, this should be very easy. Ooh. Hello, all of the enemies. Good news, we found all of the enemies. I probably rolled this trebuchet forward too much. So their archer... I'm trying to think. I probably want the swordsman further forward than the dog. Like, I'm thinking about running the dog, like, up to the side, maybe. I want the swordsman to be closer in case the archer wants to go for something weaker than our commander. I'd like it to attack a unit that I sort of don't care about, rather than the battle pup, who is actually pretty useful. Well, hold on. Your turn's pretty simple. Let's do this thing. What's your movement look like? Okay, so you will not be able to attack me from here. I really don't want to give this guy first strike. If I stop here with the dog, we should be safe. Yeah, I'm gonna let the get our knight. I'm gonna let the commander tank this first arrow shot, probably. Well, that thing moves faster than I thought it was going to. Good news is we're up in this mountain.
I have a spell for this.
Bad news is everything else about what's happening here. I should have checked his movement. I was just like, yeah, he's so huge and slow. He can't possibly. But no, he absolutely can possibly. Well. So this trebuchet doesn't have a crit. This trebuchet doesn't have a crit. We could drop their battle pop real fast. And a trebuchet hit on the green finger will mean that Commander gets to wipe him out pretty easily. We don't need to lay down the Cherrystone, I don't think. Yeah, my inclination here is to just go ahead and take care of this. And they all just ran away, and no one was seriously hurt. Yeah, so he's really low. The commander easily drops him. We can't do anything else with the commander. We come over here and have at their archers with the battle pup, which seems like a pretty compelling move to me. I'm kind of thinking I might have our swordsman just hurl himself against the spear, even though that's kind of a bad trade, just so that the dog will take less damage on counterattack. How much health does this guy have? He has 14%. So we are not likely to actually get a kill with this full health swordsman. I could have the commander just step up here and drop the Cherrystone somewhere, and then the critical hit from this guy would probably do the job. And that way we would have our Cherrystone down in case we want the benefits. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So I think up might actually be smart. Yeah, we'll put it down there. So that's a lot of territory with bonus defense on it. Oof, 15, huh? So there's a chance of negative variance causing us to miss the kill here. I really... yep, we varied down at least 2%. Fortunately, he dealt almost no counterattack damage because he has no health left. Well... let's have the dog finish the job, I guess. And the dog cannot vary low enough not to get it done. This is a very minor quibble, but I kind of wish they had chosen to present this in a slightly different way. Instead of allowing you to vary up or down 5%, I wish they had shown you the minimum damage, and you could vary up from it 10%. Don't actually change any of the damage values, just change the display a little bit. That's how they did it in Renowned Explorers, and I always thought that was a good system. So... do we want to hurl the dog in here? If we do this, this battle pup is probably going to get killed. But... this guy actually doesn't have an attack right now due to how awkward the terrain is. We could just step this dude up here and wait. Yeah, if we do this, the battle pup probably will not survive the turn, but we will get to not have to suffer a full health archer attack, and I think that's probably worthwhile. Sorry, little dudes. You go to serve your kingdom. I want to make sure I don't run the knight accidentally into a place where he can be attacked here. He is definitely going down there to help. Okay, and then with 550, we can pick up our own ranged, but I really am tempted to just buy a wagon. There's not another barracks to capture on the way over there, is there? No. We're going to be pulling everything over here. I'm going to go ahead and get us a wagon. I think we may end up needing it. Alright, so they do a very small amount of damage. This is where it gets bad. Their mounts are extremely adorable. And then this swordsman should be able to get in range for an attack, I think. Oh, chooses not to, though. Chooses not to move into trebuchet range. Okay, I get that. I understand why you might not want to do that. Well, playing cautious around the range over here has been very helpful. This is a crit, right? Yeah, that's beautiful. We can start breaking them down economically now that we've pushed them past this. So you're going to want to roll forward a bunch, and we have much better defensive positions now thanks to the Cherrystone or the Elder's Shield, or I think it's called a Cherrystone, right? Possible that I'm just mixing up the names of things. So can our dude can move into that tile. I like that. So I may have the commander move to here, and then the swordsman move over to here and get a crit. Can we use the dog? Oh, the dog cannot quite get that archer shot that I want. Nobody can, unfortunately. Alright, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. This is going to be my commander taking a little bit of damage. But I'm relatively confident we'll survive the counterattack from that archer. Yeah, he does at least have to move. This is pretty bad. So we've got a lot of them weakened enough that we're not going to see major reprisals. Let's see. I probably want the dog to just kind of run away, right? Like, this dog is not actually providing us a lot of value right here. If I run up behind the trebuchet, like... Yeah, we could attack this. It's not great. I guess we have to get started somewhere. I really want to get the dog forward onto the mountains. We just don't quite have the range. He'd be attackable on that mountain. Attackable, yeah, he's attackable anywhere down there. And he's really, really bad at fighting these knights. I'm gonna head him up here. We might lose a trebuchet on this one, but honestly, I'm not that worried about it. I don't think the trebuchets are fantastic. They're fine, but I'm not overwhelmed by their presence. All right, I'm gonna buy myself a ranger who can actually attack and move on the same turn. And I can't pick up the ranger, right? So what we'll want to do here is move the wagon to the edge of the ranger's movement range. Have the ranger jump in next turn, and then we will drop him off wherever is most convenient. I will not stand idly by while you threaten my people. Oh, is he coming? He's coming for us.
I have a spell for this.
This seems poorly thought out to me. I think they maybe did not do the math on that one. Now they're all going for it, though. Oh, the tiny, horribly wounded archer is still up. Yeah, wow, they really just throw absolutely everything at your commander. That is definitely an exploitable AI trait, if it does in fact hold. So you can attack just about anywhere except for where there are enemies. I think let's have the trebuchet knock this out, because we shouldn't have a problem clearing this guy. Unfortunately, the dog cannot take care of that, and he can't do enough damage to wipe this guy out. You load into the wagon. You could finish him off. I think, yeah, this is probably the play over here, right? Let's just be rid of this full health archer. Plus, this gives us a ton of vision. There's their commander. Here's their big tree man, which is a problem. We definitely need to get a trebuchet ready for that. So let's see. We probably want to move the commander to a place where he cannot be hit by the tree man. You come back here and we could capture, I suppose. I could, like, fall all the way back to here. You do not necessarily have lethal on that guy. In fact, you probably don't have lethal on that guy. That is a real shame, actually. So probably it has to be the commander falls back and finishes off this enemy.
Lightning blast!
And then this guy just finishes off the archer, because the archer does have to go. And we're going to let them get a couple of good hits off. As we continue to bring up more troops. And as we consider blowing up that building there. So if this guy stops right here, he will be in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he will not be in range. And I can't move this trebuchet up to a position where it will have range on him either. If I move it to right here, though, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, it won't have range. It just never has range on anything I need it to hit. Yeah, units that can't move and attack, I'm not wild about. Well, if he's going to take this much damage, I wonder if it's better to just have him run up, ignore the thing for now, let the trebuchet deal with it eventually. We'll have the wagon run up, and I really like to deposit this archer in a place where he's 3 spaces away from that spot, but depositing him here, which fits the bill, is just going to get him killed by those dogs. Or not killed, but very badly injured by those dogs. I think I'm just going to drop him here instead. He's going to have to move into position a little bit, which is unfortunate. And this dog is going to get nearby, but he can't really contribute right now. And then with our 550, I guess we could buy another ranger. You can get in the wagon next turn. So I think their commander went into the trees. That's why he seems to have vanished. This is going to be pretty bad for us, I have to imagine. Ooh. Yeah, these dudes are a problem. Okay, well, if all that comes of this is that we lost the one knight, I think that's not actually even a bad outcome. And if we don't actually lose the knight, then we can use him as a distraction next turn. That's actually pretty good. Alright, so you don't get to shoot anybody. You definitely don't get to shoot anybody. Okay, so I want to be at the crossroads. Okay, that's very useful. Then we move up onto this mountain and we let somebody have it. It'd be a shame not to attack the tree man, but like, what are the odds that the tree man does anything other than attack the knight anyway, right? It probably will attack the knight. I'm fine with that trade. Okay, we are above the attack. We are above his health by 6%, so we are guaranteed to get it. So, I don't really want to move the commander. You obviously should not do that. Yeah, without active trebuchets, we're going to have a really hard time actually fighting the tree men. I think odds are pretty good that the tree man doesn't move. I think he's going to want to just kill the knight. And this guy can't quite get the shot in. We suspect their commander is up there somewhere. What I might do is move the dog into this tree position. This might not be safe, but it will definitely give us a lot of information. Okay, so they have another full health archer right there. So if we move the trebuchet forward into a good shooting position, it will also be a good getting arched position. I want to move to right here. Not even traversable by vehicles. I'm going to have the commander fall back and just capture this for right now.
This should be advantageous.
It's a little bit more income. We're going to take it kind of slow. I'm going to move as far forward as I can. And if we don't get optimal shots on their buildings, well, so be it. So we can move the warrior, or we can move the swordsman out of the tree man's attack range. I guess as it stands right now, the swordsman's the only reason that the tree man doesn't just murder that archer, though. I certainly don't attack, but I might just leave him in place. There's definitely no good attack for this guy. Yeah, I think those troops are best off where they are, just as as blockers. Let's buy ourselves a cheap battle pup. And I think I'm going to end the turn there. Yeah, that is an okay outcome. It's fine. It's not as good as him just attacking the cavalry, but I think one of them probably will go after the cavalry.
Charge!
Okay, that's pretty cool. Oof. Well, at least we know. Yeah, their spearman being unable to attack us was contingent on their tree man still being in that position. So that's a little non-ideal. How do we want to do this? Oh, the trebuchet's got a shot. That tree man is in the trees up here, right? Let's see, we can dump off an archer in this position. But an archer in this position is better, right? Because we think the tree man is there. crit with an archer who has been moved in a wagon? Okay, he doesn't even get his turn. So it's best to have them picked up and dropped off the same turn. Like, have the wagon waiting, they get in it, and then get out the same turn, because otherwise you're consuming 2 of their turns. Alright, well, good to know. Somebody's got to get over here and get vision of this tree. Hi! I forgot which trees he was in. Well... he's in critical position for our archers. I think I'm going to just wipe out their archer with the Treb. That's a good damage mitigation move. Can probably get rid of this unit entirely. 12, so probably not. Man, swordsmen are really weak. They're too weak. Let's reinforce our commander a little bit so that he can start engaging in combat again. And I guess we're going to go for this. And the tree man's going to run over and attack one of our ranged units, but he can only get one of them. And you definitely need to move in a little bit more. Don't want to move in too much because I want to try to max range people. Yeah, I'll just move to there. And unfortunately, our need to reinforce meant that I couldn't hire a knight. Reinforced for 5 gold too much. We could just have somebody get picked up by the wagon. Yeah, I definitely want to hire short because I want to get another knight. So let's... I suppose let's get pikes. Everybody is vulnerable to being killed by the tree man. But yeah, their movement matters a little bit less when the wagon is around. Wow, that's a fast-moving unit. Is that just a kill? Yeah, not surprised there. Okay, well, the good news is that makes it... Nope, never mind. Freemen are crazy fast. Okay, that's bad. And it turns out that enemy commanders do get grooves. Good to know. Alright, so you want to move to the crossroads. Yeah, this is bad. And the tree man must be very cheap for them to be able to hire them so frequently. Because it's not like they're going short on their other turns. They're hiring like tree man, knight, tree man. They only have, I guess they have 400 gold income. That's still the same as ours. We certainly couldn't hire like that. Well, full health archer definitely has to just stand and fire because we're doomed if we don't. We have to get this amount of damage done, right? That cleans those guys up. You do enough damage to get this done. Trebuchet is dead, and even if it wasn't, it wouldn't matter because it's so low on health. Like, we're talking about 2 turns back and then 2 turns up before it can fire again. Which I suppose we have to do, but it feels bad. So, we expect... Huh, is the tree man's gonna hit the archer back? Really? Okay, no. Okay, we'll back off and do a tiny amount of damage here. I mean, it could vary up to doing 6%. It didn't, but it could have. It seems like the crystal blocks. I'm going to move through to here and attack him from this angle so as to not expose my commander to a lot of damage from their other units. And we'll just try to go one-on-one with them here. Right, because we're right next to one of my buildings. I can regen. And I'm the one who has support incoming. Yeah, sure. We'll just crit this guy for a small amount because this trebuchet is definitely dead. We might still be able to pull this out, but if we can, it's definitely going to be us killing their commander rather than us doing anything to their barracks. We're going to see what his groove is and whether I am being foolish. It could be that his groove is going to make this non-feasible.
Nature's cry!
Wild growth. Is it a summon or he made a big vine? He made a big tall vine. What is happening here? This is not helpful to me. I don't know what that did. Well, okay. Oh, it's in the space above him. Impassable by non-allied units. Is that it? He just made a wall? But he made it in a place where it doesn't matter even the smallest little bit? Seems very strange to me. What's in here? Is it a pike? Yeah. Well, I cannot drop... Okay, I could drop it off here, and then have this pike move to here. Oh, no, I could move to here, drop the pikeman off there, and then have this pikeman get a crit on their lord, which I think I do want to do prior to attacking with my own lord. Yeah, I think our plan here is just to wear this dude down over the next 2 turns. We're going to get a very, very weak archer attack off on him. I had to move the dog to make that happen. Well, you know what he's done is he's prevented me from hitting him with the dog. And that's not literally nothing. It's close. It is similar to literally nothing, but it isn't literally nothing. Because the archer needs to stand right here. So what do I do with this dog? I certainly don't attack the tree man. I could attack the tree man to keep him off the wagon, but at this point I don't know that I care about the wagon's health. If it gets attacked, that's probably a good thing for us. Okay, so it grew a lot of plants. It's just that they grew in a place that doesn't matter very much. Alright, yeah, do a tiny little bit of damage. Come on. Come on, variance. He's at 35, that's not bad. We're very close. Shame we couldn't quite get there. Because now he's going to run, right? Which move does he have? 4. So he's not going to be able to actually make it back to that barracks. And he's not going to be able to make it out of movement range of my commander. If he moves the tree man to here and then runs back through it... No, I think we still got him. I think he's dead. I think he done goofed. The trebuchet can't fire at things that are next to it. I'm going to have it shoot at this in the hopes of keeping the tree man's attention. Just leave it right there. And give me another knight. I need stuff that moves fast right now. I think we've got this. They made a tactical error in overcommitting their commander. I was kind of hoping that the spearmen would be good against the tree guys. Just a little bit of like spears are anti-large stuff, but it turns out this game is not Total War. How bad is this going to be?
I have a spell for this.
Not so bad. It does mean that we're going to have a little bit of trouble putting together the lethal damage there. And of course they have another archer spawned in from out of vision. Yet another big tree man coming and what sounds like another knight, but they did not move their lord. Which is really bad for them, right? Isn't this... Did I just win here? Yeah, even if my damage varies down 5%, I've got him. Just a little bit of an overcommit on their part. A tough battle, but at least it is at an end.
Huh?
You are strong, Commander, but this forest is my home. I will bring its might down upon you. Hey! Wait. Cool your jets, will you? My jets? Nuru, because this is an M in this font. This font's N is bad. Nuru, I'm glad you're here. These trespassers have... Have what? Wandered into a forest? These trespassers are refugees from Cherrystone. No, Nuru. Sedge was attacked by these people. Sedge wasn't attacked, he started the fight. One of my scouts saw the whole thing. And, Greenfinger, these aren't just any refugees. If I'm not mistaken, we're in the presence of a queen. Ugh. You are Queen Mercia?
Yeah.
I am, and it's true, we're only here on our way to Heavensong. Sedge, what do you have to say to this? Nuru is lying!
What?
You slimy, sneaky, shifty little... Enough, Nuru. Sedge, when our guests have left, you and I will be having words. Wait for me in the flooded forest. Go.
But Sedge is...
Now! Yeah, take that, you creepy little leaf goblin. My most sincere apologies. I hope you can forgive me and my people for the trials with which we have assailed you. You came to us at a time of need and you were attacked. Please, forgive me. We accept your apology, on account of we have literally no other choice. Does this mean you'll help us? That you'll let us through the Gloomwoods? Cherrystone is overrun by the Felheim hordes. It won't be long before the Gloomwoods are too. Of course, you may pass through the forest. And as for the hordes, my warriors and I will do our best to hold them here at the border. Know that you leave behind an ally. And though I must stay here to defend the forest, I hope that Nuru, our best hunter, will be able to assist you on your...
Yeah!
Consider it done! Mercia, old man, dog, I'm coming along for the ride. Please do not try to ride my dog. Frankly, I'm a little worried that the armor alone is too heavy for him. Hey, check that out, 3 stars. It's gotta just be turns then, because I lost a ton of units playing very rough with their lives there. Yeah, it has to just be turns. So we're heading east.
Yeah.
That's right. We have to cross the Lost Leagues to get to Heavensong. Lost Leagues sounds sort of mystical. More dangerous than mystical. Perhaps a little of both. By the way, this is Emmerich, my royal advisor. Ha! Not old man, eh? Gotcha. Also, Woof. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep calling you dog. Oh, we've got another little side mission available. A couple little side missions. Well, let's do one of those before we stop, huh? Unlocked additional lore about Greenfinger. I am kind of curious about this, but let's have a look at some side missions. Having just met, Nuru and Mercia decide to test each other's mettle. Yep, this is how you make friends, by just hurling armed men at each other. You know, our scouts pick up a lot of information. I've heard you're a pretty good fighter.
Yeah.
just yeah, I'm absolutely great. I've been training my whole life. When I was young, I always liked fighting. But those fights weren't real. Nothing was at stake. Now I only fight when I have to, because it's my duty as queen. I've been training my whole life too. You know, there's nothing wrong with enjoying something you're good at. That's what Florin do. Back home, things are different, like you wouldn't believe. Forget tin men on horses. We hunt monsters. Huge monsters. And iron swords? Ha! We use blasters. A single blaster would sort out this whole mess. Blasters? You're not from around here, are you? So somebody told me in the comments of a preview of the last episode, or maybe the one before that, that the Florin are actually from one of Chucklefish's other games, Starbound, I think. Never mind. How about just a friendly battle, just for fun? I've never played Starbound. I'm not familiar with this thing. For fun, like old times. Okay, you'd better be ready. Awesome. Let's see what you're made of. Wow, this is just just a tiny little square, big open field, huh? I'm not going to hold back just because we're friends. No holding back. Deal. Actual deaths. This seems like a lot of units. So they have Archer, Knight, 2 spears, 2 swords, 2 battle pups. We have the same basic lineup. I only get 1 knight, though. Well, we're going to want to take up some defensive positions. How fast are their Sorry, that's not what I want. Their knights are going to be able to make pretty decent progress here. I think a lot of this is going to come down to who controls the mountains first. Which is to say that we need to get as close to these mountains as we can. Try to keep the spears together, though. Yeah, and I don't get to know what her groove does. I will say, Mercia's groove seems very powerful. Okay, so we kind of want to keep the dogs together too, right? Let's keep the dogs together on the other side, I guess. Okay, yeah, we gotta get this knight into the open. So they definitely have a little bit of a positional advantage in that my knight started behind forest tiles, while their knight started behind open tiles. I think they were in the forest, but the tile you're in at the beginning of the turn doesn't matter to your movement. Alright, well... if I'd positioned a little bit better, we'd be able to really do a number on this, this battle pup. So I can just drop the battle pup with my commander. That leaves me right in front of both of their knights. And my spears are, unfortunately, not really in a good position to take advantage. I can get battle range on their archer. I think that's going to be really important. Using the ranged unit well and depleting their ranged unit quickly is also going to matter a lot. We're not going to be able to protect our ranged unit from the knights, though. I have 4 moves, so I could go 1, 2, 3, 4 and attack one of the knights myself if we can gang up on the dog. And then this dog in this position is vulnerable, but he's providing cover against knights charging in on the archer. So the question is, do I go for the initial attack, or do I just get next to him to set up the dog crit? I kind of want to be healthy enough to survive the inevitable night charge. Yeah, so this can't be a win, but it can reduce this guy to basically nothing. Those are some interesting looking dogs. Quagmuts. They're as clever as they look. That's not... okay. Well, that's a real shame that worked out that way. Alright, so I want the archer to come over here and have at their archer. You guys are pretty cool looking. And I'll just move up onto the mountain. I will take control of the mountains first. How about that? Some swords over here. And I mean, as much as I don't like moving across to a place where their archer's going to be able to shoot us without doing anything, I do want to keep the spears together, and this is the only way we're going to get them into a place where they can actually fight. I'm a little concerned that if I put the knight over here, we might have trouble actually getting any shots in on the enemies, depending on how the front ends up. It might be the case that he can't move into fighting position. I guess I'll just hope that I'll be able to manage things a little better than that. This is pretty bad for us on the battle pup front. Better be more careful. Whatever works for you, careful's not my style. You seem like the type to dive in head first. You got that right. Yeah, I was hoping that the dogs wouldn't go in a single attack. And also, you know, one of those knights was supposed to be damaged. The problem is I don't have a good sense for how much damage a crit is going to add, and you can't see the projected damage until you have already committed the other troops. So honestly, I think a lot of this battle comes down to that battle pup being at 1% instead of dead. Because it meant that Mercia couldn't step in and attack one of the knights. Yeah, dropping it to like half health. So, yeah, that's probably where we lost this one. Alright, well, let's step up.
Brace yourself.
We can get some swordsman crits in here. Oh man, you're kidding me. That's horrible. Well, our knight won't quite be able to finish the job on this side. I do get a crit over here. That's probably what we want to do. And then we have one swordsman step in. Unfortunately, that just means that their knight, or their archer survives. Good news is we can do this. That opens up a flank. Oh, I clearly shouldn't let my guard down with battling a warrior queen. Warrior queen. I'm not really... Hey, you don't need to be so humble. I mean, technically, you are literally a warrior queen. Alright, definitely way better to go after their swordsman. And then we'll just get up here in a position where hopefully I won't be too easily murderable. Yeah, the fact that they get to keep their archer while I lost mine probably is going to make this unwinnable, though. That's a big advantage. She's a ranged unit. Oh no, sorry. She moved and then they attacked with the swordsman. I thought it was all one thing that was happening there. Alright, well, this is going to be a little rough. The good news is, we have a heal coming up at some point. Actually, I'm kind of curious here. Are we going to get enough damage in on them to... Nope, not quite. Okay. Well, they're just openly fleeing from my spears. That's nice. I think I'm going to move up here, finish this guy off, which is great, and then that gives us a spearman crit on the battle clubs. Not quite enough to kill, but pretty good. Yeah, not bad at all. Mercy is at 70% battle groove gauge, or war groove gauge. This is a little awkward. The way the troops are placed is going to make it impossible for us to get a crit with our swordsman. But I definitely want to get a killing blow with Mercia, because that charges the war groove gauge faster. That spearman is going to show our swordsman who's boss, though, and I do not like that at all. Also, our knight is probably going to die this way. Like, here's what I'm thinking. Maybe we pull the knight back to try to reposition him to a position where he's not going to have to fight a spear anytime soon. And then we can let Mercia move up and get this hit. Or actually, the swordsman can run up and take this hit. Mercia can take down that guy. Yeah, I think I want to do a little repositioning here. So this ends with them having no knights. They do have a high health spearman, which is a danger. Okay, but a killing blow is worth 30% of a war groove, apparently.
This is my fight.
And then this is gonna hurt, but it's not gonna kill us. Ooh, wow, actually that did a huge amount of damage. I still think I'm not dead, though, because I don't think they can put together enough attackers. Right, this is the... Yeah, that's the only one. Live. Alright, everybody live. Definitely gotta throw out a heal here. So what's the area of the heal? Pretty large. I definitely want to commit my spears before... how do I want to do this? I guess we just move you to here. Move you to here and put down the enemy spearmen. Trying to have fewer enemies. You are going to maybe die here, so that we definitely want to do after the heal. I don't know how much it heals for. And unfortunately, the fact that there's no text on the war grooves really bums me out, man. So I guess what I could do is move her back here and do the healing aura, and that would let the knight come in and hurl himself bravely at their lord, which will probably be very distracting. This would mean that I'm not healing the knight, though. I wanna put myself in a position where he can have a crit, but he's gonna kill that thing anyway. I should try to play back in a position where I'm healing the knight. Like to here, right?
None shall fall while I still stand.
I don't know how much this actually heals for. Is it everybody goes to full? No, it's everybody gets healed for about 50. Oh, he's one space short of the crit. That's a real shame. Okay, well this is a real easy kill. We gotta remove some of their dudes from the table. I can crit that spearman. Well, if I don't hit their lord, then their lord gets to hit Mercia, so we should probably do this. Alright, depending on how this goes, we might get one or two good shots in on Nuru this turn, and then maybe Mercia can run in and finish it. This is annoying. But right, like, we're gonna be able to get a spear crit. She's got her Wargroove, and we have no way of knowing what it does for some reason. The best version of this is the knight moves out of the way, the spears move to here and here. I guess they can't both have crits though, because that's not how it works. Here, let me look at the codex here. What is the spear versus spear matrix? 55. So Mercia does have to hit this guy first. I think, yeah, I'm going to move Mercia up onto the mountain. Do a little bit of damage here. Then we have this guy charge somebody. Maybe just Nuru? Their other units are so weak. But you know what? It's probably better to get rid of the dogs. I'm not too worried about the swordsman. The dog's at 1%. He can't do any damage. Never mind. I'm being silly. Am I allowed to do, like... Am I allowed to path like this? Okay, I can't quite get the crit, though. I need one more point of movement, or one fewer points of movement. Alright, this'll have to do. I guess if I'm gonna hit him... If I'm gonna hit short, I'm gonna hit short from this side. And that's just to prevent Nuru from getting to Mercia. You run over here and get this attack, and then we get a full health spearman crit on Nuru. And then she's lower health than we are. I don't know what her Wargroove is. Hopefully it's not a heal. Spears are actually pretty good at fighting commanders. Remarkably good at fighting commanders.
Calling reinforcements!
Teleport beam. He gets a free spearman, who gets to move immediately. Wow, that seems extremely powerful. Holy crap. Yeah, that spearman getting to move immediately is bananas. I think we probably have it though, right? Mercy has movement range, and we have enough range to get a spear crit. Yeah. This guy moves to here. This guy moves up here and takes the critical attack, and then Mercia finishes the job. Alright, I thought for sure I'd screwed that one up enough to lose, but apparently it was not quite that bad. %, so not a guaranteed kill. We could get screwed on variance here. Come on, please get lucky. Okay.
Got lucky.
All we needed was better than -4. That's most of the results on that table. I did it? I did it! Whew, that was a tough one, even without your blaster thingy. Wow, I'm really impressed with your skills.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, I think I might even learn a thing or two from you. I've trained for so long, but this war with Felheim, a real battle is so different. I just hope I don't let anyone down. Look, I've been in some pretty wild fights in my time, but I wouldn't want to be your enemy for anything. That means a lot coming from you. The person I just met. Did you learn to fight growing up in the Gloomwoods? No, actually, I joined the Gloomwoods tribe pretty recently. So, where do you come from? It's a long story. It needs a campfire and marshmallows to tell it right. I mean, well, we have a campfire right here.
Let's go.
We get started. Sounds good to me, but for now, we'd better get going. Where are we going to get marshmallows? When were marshmallows invented? Is that a thing you can make easily on, like, medieval technology? 2 stars. 2 stars isn't bad. So we can play as Nuru in the arcade. You know what? Let's go and do the other side mission real quick. I think we have time for this. Unhappy with Sedge's deception, Greenfinger confronts the wayward warrior. Oh, are we going to get to play as one of the other factions?
Sedge.
Sedge, we need to talk. What were you thinking, attacking those humans completely unprovoked? Sedge was hunting. Sedge found his prey. Greenfinger thinks we should temper ourselves, be diplomatic. Florin are hunters, Florin are killers. Greenfinger is nothing but a wilted coward.
No.
Too long have I turned a blind eye to your savage
That's
nature.
enough.
This is it, Sedge. You're banished.
No.
Sedge isn't going anywhere. Maybe it's time for a new ruler in the Gloomwoods.
Sedge.
Retreat, Sedge. We need not fight this battle. I hear fear in Greenfinger's voice. If you will not listen to reason, I will resort to force. Good. Sedge is ready. Alright, I can defeat Sedge. I beat Sedge last time, it wasn't that hard. So what kind of units... Oh, I have to capture this first. Trebuchet. Okay. I'm cool with the Trebuchet. So I do not get giant tree men. That's very disappointing. Alright, well I think I would rather capture a source of income before a second source of troops, because we're not going to have the money to run 2 sources of troops right away here. Yeah, let's get... Well, I guess we don't really have vision problems. I don't know that a dog is necessary, especially since a dog can't capture. Let's grab another slasher, because I think at the moment, the combination of mobility and capturing ability are pretty important. Going to be a couple of not very eventful turns here at the beginning. Well, may as well capture it as I'm running past.
This place will do nicely.
Alright, so Greenfinger's got that one. Just going to have, well... But I probably want a swordsman with Greenfinger anyway, to take advantage of crits and stuff. You should get me... Honestly, a wagon does sound pretty good. Their wagons look really cool. Everybody gets such cool-looking units, except for the Mercians. Oh, we're so close. Okay, I'm actually going to have this guy just load into the wagon. And we're going to fast-forward along this path a little bit. Greenfinger thinks he can intimidate Sedge? Sedge will show Greenfinger how a real Florin hunts. He will not let you continue down this path of destruction. It's time to leave, Sedge. The game is very like Nintendo of America, hey, don't say the word kill.
This place will
So
do
far.
nicely.
You have to assume that with all the swords and the spears and the arrows and everything, some people are doing a little bit more than leaving, right? So, we could double hire spearmen. We could double hire swordsmen. I'm gonna do a pair of spears. The wagon can come back and get some of them. Alright, so we're going to get 2/3 of the villages on the main island to Sedge. Yeah, Sedge does also have 2 barracks. This is going to get tricky. Even just, like, logistically speaking. So as long as I stay near the thing, I'm not attackable yet. I don't remember, did we see Sedge's Groove? I remember what Tree Fingers is. Does not, honestly, seem great. Let's go grab this dude. Seems like the lower path is where a lot of the early fighting is going to be, so... accelerate the upper guy down there. And then with 400 gold, I kind of want to hire some archers. So what are we bringing in per turn now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, and we're not in any danger of losing any of that. So I could spend... We could buy 2 Quagmuts this turn, and then buy a shooter next turn. Let's do that, because at this point, capturing is not quite as important, and we need units that are good fighters and fast. Sedge has a shooter, he has a knight coming as well. I wonder if I'm going to regret buying this wagon so early. Let's see, I can't actually attack you yet. You can take up a very aggressive position over here. Because I think we want to threaten their buildings, right? I'm going to have to starve them out. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, the dog could get into the mountains and attack us. Yeah, I'm gonna draw first blood here real fast. Put myself in a good defensive position while catching them in the road. Well, I should probably drop them off as far forward as possible. There's no reason to stop there. The dogs kind of want to be together. We do have stuff coming along the top now. I don't want to overload the bottom just because I'm a little worried about our troops choking each other out of positions. Yeah, let's send the dogs along the top way. And then we can get ourselves a shooter here and just a sword here, or we could wait. My plan was to wait. We got 600 gold last turn, didn't we? Did I miscount somewhere? Does the stronghold generate 100 gold every turn? Oh yeah, totally does. Okay, so we're actually making 600 per turn. It's good that we got out ahead. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to hire a green guard next turn, I think. Let's go ahead and hire a soldier now. Alright, Sedge, let's get this started. Our defensive position is at least going to make it so they have to attack me with both of their units to take me down. Possible we'll temporarily lose control of this, but they're in danger of losing control of their lower one as well. How do I want to do this? I really don't want to get caught on the bridge with the dogs. Really do want to kill that guy. If we get anywhere near the barracks, though, he gets to hit us first. And the hitting second penalty is so huge. It's really a shame that you can't do anything on the turn you unload from a wagon. It sort of makes me want to not have the wagon pick this unit up. I guess we're not gonna be in range to shoot anybody next turn anyway. Yeah, I can't pick up with the wagon. That is a move that is executed by the unit. A little awkward. Get ourselves that green guard. So we don't get to attack anything other than this building. So let's go ahead and take the building then. Nice easy clear, followed by a nice easy capture. And they're not going to have as easy a time grabbing this because Sedge isn't far enough forward to take to do the hit for them. Well, I guess if we get trapped on the bridge, it's just going to be my good strong dog versus their damaged weak dog, so it's probably actually okay. Not a big deal. I'm out of money and out of units.
Huh?
It is a grave crime to use the guardians of the forest against another Florin. So Greenfinger won't use gloom giants? All the better for Sedge. That's bad. That's bad for us that we are apparently not willing to use the really powerful unit. Yeah, I was gonna say, this cannot possibly be a good move. Okay, and that means they're gonna let the dogs through up top, so we're gonna be able to set up dog crits. And attacking us on the bridge is not a good idea, but this is not a great idea either. Especially attacking a building with a swordsman seems terrible. Alright, well, this is where we try to figure out how our groove works, so we can lay a wall across one end of this bridge. I can feel the energies of the forest building within me. As ever, I will use them to summon great vines to shield my allies or trap my foes. It saddens me that you, Sedge, now fall into the latter category. Alright, so if I move to here and I wild growth... Okay, so it has considerable range. I will actually be able to do it in a way that's useful. Well, if I run up here, I can wipe this guy out, and then we're going to get immediately killed by the knight. But that means he's not attacking our buildings. Right now, we're at a pretty significant economic advantage. Actually, Sedge has Sedge has more villages on his side of the bridges than I do. So it is 5 to 7, but it's not as good as it could be. It's not as good as I was thinking it was. Still, we're out earning him. And he's not committed to the battle. And we have our wagon. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna do this. Establishing local advantage around the economic structures seems like a pretty good idea, given that we are currently leading on money. Which movement do you have? I'll move this guy to right here, where he cannot be attacked by the spear after the knight attacks this dude. I guess they could do that in the other order, but that only actually gets him attacked if the knight's capable of doing enough damage to defeat the dog in one hit, which I don't believe it does. How much move do you have? Okay. I think we can just attack the archer this turn and then lay down the wall of vines along this end of the bridge. Next turn will be good. And I do really want to be rid of that archer. Go ahead and reinforce. We'll just wait right here in the trees, nice and safe. We want to be just outside of his... I want to drop the archer off right here, just outside of the spearman's range. Okay. And then with 641 remaining gold, I'm tempted to just buy 2 quagbots. I think that's what I'm going to do. So they're actually pretty good fighters. They're also adorable, but that's not really factoring into the calculation, I would like you to believe. Yeah, I think he's going to have a hard time from here. Did that knight ride into... He did ride into archer range. Okay, that's pretty good for us. So yeah, it does seem to be the case that the AI will very aggressively hunt your commander no matter what, which is not the right play in a lot of these cases. I wonder if we'd be better off just walling Sedge off and actually fighting them over here. You guys have 5 moves, man. Alright, well, let's start with this. So that left him at 6%. You come in here and drop him, and then I can set up the wall. And actually, if that causes Sedge to commit super hard across the top bridge by himself, that's actually really good for us, right? So he has 4 move, just like most commanders. Move up to here, and then wild growth there. And I guess here and here? Let's Try and make them go around as much as possible. How many spaces do I get? I don't want to block Sedge off. I want Sedge to come forward. I don't know that it's beneficial for us to put stuff anywhere else.
Nature will claim you.
Greenfinger should stay away. Sedge will bite. Sedge will kill. Aren't you made of leaves? How do you bite? I guess maybe his face is like wood. You could bite somebody with a wooden face. That would work. Alright, get those dog crits. I like this. The dogs actually get to both crit the same target, whereas with Spearmen, when you're trying to set up the crit, only one of them can fight each target, which is a real shame. This dog might be retreating. I can't quite make it to the super high. Alright, I'll reinforce here. That's fine. Couldn't quite make it to the super high health fortress. Or village. Alright, yeah, let's just get everybody in range to fight Sedge, because it kind of seems like he might let me do that. Alright, then we'll throw another shooter in here, the wagon, and another dog for the top route. I should probably put the dog over there. What do I have left? It's both of my barracks. Is it just the vines, actually? Yeah, everybody else looks great. It looks dimmed. And they can't do anything, so end turn. That'd be weird if it actually made you hit weight on all the vines. Ah, he backed off. Coward. I was hoping he would be incredibly over-aggressive, as they so far have been. This seems like a real bad play. I mean, yeah, you get the thing neutralized, but you can't claim it, and then you just die next turn. This Greenfinger thing seems okay. And, like, it looks as good as it does here because of the choke points, but it's honestly going to be pretty good in a lot of cases, right? Because of the fact that you get so many spaces with it. Alright, so the swordsman can just come over here and recapture that for us. And in fact, it recaptures at higher health. This is probably better for us than him leaving it in our care. It would have taken longer to heal. Alright, they're not going to get through the vines in time. Then how aggressive do we want to get on the top path? I'm not really sure. Let's do this stuff first. I know we want all these units to run up at least. I kind of want to buy another knight, I think. I don't have a lot of respect for that trebuchet. Sure, just throw more bodies at the problem. I wonder if we can bait Sedge forward by putting Greenfinger right here. And then this dog probably doesn't actually want to run all the way forward. Yeah, it just actually does make you hit weight on all of the vines, it looks like, in order to auto-end the turn. Weird. It's weird that that would do that, considering that you can't do anything with the vines anyway. So now we have the question, do we actually want to commit Treefinger, Greenfinger, whatever his name is, across the bridge? Doing so definitely puts us in a significant amount of danger. And we could kind of just sit here. I guess just sitting here is bad for our mission rating. But we could sit here and enjoy the spoils of our superior economy. you to right there. Have this guy jump in. Well, there's definitely no way I'm running onto the bridge. I guess that guy does only have 20 health. None of the rest of them could get even close. I can't do any damage to the dog, but I could do damage to that building. Oof, not very much. Okay, I'm gonna move to... I'm gonna go ahead and cross. If the dog wants to come after me, he can do that. Let's at least threaten their economy a little bit more. I'm hoping that this is going to provide some distraction. Get some of them moving south. But they do seem to fixate on your commander pretty hard. He's like, who wants to be the first across the bridge, right? I kind of want it to be the spears, which means that a lot of us are going to be sitting back and waiting. Crossing these bridges is just as bad for us as it was for them. Forward, but in a more neutral position. Then I think we're good. Oh no, you need to move. Pretty sure I don't want these units to move. Yep, I had to start somewhere. Somebody was gonna die. Boy, they really don't like these vines. I'm not sure how it makes sense to actually focus so many attacks on the vines. Okay, well, I think we're actually going to make some progress along the bottom here, because they really are committing hard to try to fight our lord. So... I can just uncapture this right now. And then, oh, I don't quite have the movement to recapture it, but I can move to here. Just let that guy have it. You don't quite have range on anybody. Yeah, but I like this a lot. So we're able to put enough bodies across the bottom that we're at least intimidating. And then all we have to do is keep somebody in front here, right? That green finger... Well, I guess I don't want to stand right there, because this guy could move to this space and attack. Right here, I'm not attackable. As after the tree man moves, the archer can move to here. What we need is ranged units up along the top. I'm gonna have this tree, or these mutts fall back and reinforce a little bit here. I think what we really want to do... Unfortunately, this guy having 4... Is it 5 move? 4 move? 5 move? That does complicate things a little bit. What I'd really like to do is get him to just cross the bridge by just a little bit, you know, so that we could surround him and jab him to death. But yeah, we really just need more ranged units. I'm going to, in fact, purchase shooters out of both of the barracks this turn. And Sedge is gonna have to come down here and actually fight. I think I'm gonna move across to here. We're gonna sacrifice a single warrior to the tree man. We're gonna take a bunch of units down this way. What I'm thinking here is me moving down might draw their units down, which could be a little bit awkward. But if it doesn't, if they want to keep pushing across here, we can just slow them down and not really fight them up here and do a bunch of damage to their economy down there and make it so that they can't actually fight back. You are fine right where you are. That poor warrior gets splattered. Nothing we can really do about that. And yeah, this knight was also going to get to have his way. Yeah, this thing happens as we knew it would. They actually are not committing super hard to the bottom. Interesting. Well, if I move up here, I can start in on this guy. Or we can attack the knight. Try to bring him down to the point where I can hit him with my knight for an amount of damage that is not embarrassing. So, like, you're going to be able to attack... Okay, their archer will not be able to attack this space. That's going to get us down to about even on health. We do this. We don't actually even need to capture that village as long as we keep them out of it. This is pretty beneficial, and it's keeping us mostly out of the archer's range. Yeah, in fact, he can't hit anybody from here, which is going to be very frustrating for him. Swordsman is going to be able to do something, but it's not going to matter. And the archer can't attack this spot either. Oh no, we can't. Went too far forward. Oh, that's fine. He moves into it at the beginning of the next turn. And then it transports him over to the front. You are just going to get up here and wait. If you attack, you will simply die. We are going to see a lot of damage flowing across the top here, and I'm wondering how many units I want to devote to playing defense on it. Okay, so we can move a lot of the dogs down here, and if they need to turn around, they can. They have the speed for that. Alright, so what do we need? I almost want to buy another wagon, honestly. We could buy a trebuchet, I suppose. Yeah, since we have a static bridge position we want to defend, maybe this is reasonable. Buy this, put it in the wagon instead. Just let the archers run. And then the guy who's relatively fast and can recapture. Sure. I probably bought those in the wrong positions. They are going to actually be able to move stuff across the top here, although I don't know how they think this is a good idea. Oh yeah, this is real bad for them. This is extremely bad. That's a nice easy free kill there. Then we have the swordsman capture the barracks. See, they bought their own trebuchet. Maybe a little careful of that one. Well, it's going to be able to hit me no matter where I capture the barracks from. Sorry, we capture the barracks and then we can immediately reinforce at it. Although maybe I don't. Maybe I just go over here and really wallop this dude. Three-finger runs across. Dog runs to here, just trying to stay safe. Okay, we can do that safely. This really limits this guy's movement, too. I like a lot about this attack. My plan was to just reinforce him, but let's just shred this dude. So we're going to be able to take a barracks. I'm assuming... Oh, that's right. It's destroy the enemy stronghold, not destroy the enemy barracks. But we're going to be able to really screw them up here with this. So this guy can attack our village up here. Not a lot I can do about that. Oh, you can't load a trebuchet into a thing. I guess that makes sense. Does it say that on there? No. There's a bunch of information that's not actually on the codex pages, which I wish was not the case. Let's load you up. then we must consider the wisdom of allowing this village here to fall in exchange for taking their entire southern area. If this village falls, it's probably not the only thing that does, right? We're going to have ourselves a little bit of a time defending against that. So if you run down here and reinforce. There's no way the tree man doesn't get the kill, right? Like, that thing is way too low. I might just be willing to let it happen. This isn't that bad of a trade, though. Yeah, alright, let's throw a little bit of violence this way. We don't need to stop him, we just need to slow him down. Ooh, this might not be a kill. But I'm gonna go for it. If it's not a kill, I'll do so much damage that they won't have much of a counterattack. Yeah, okay. And this will give this guy some other stuff to think about. Okay, so what are we purchasing? We're probably purchasing another green guard. Yeah, nothing we have is actually effective against those guys. Even the trebuchet is not effective against those guys. That sucks. I just wanted to make sure I was buying it from the correct thing. Okay, yep. Then we have nothing to purchase from the other one. Well, this is going to complicate matters somewhat for them. Now that they are potentially going to lose a... Oh, interesting. I didn't realize I was in range of that. Yeah. Okay, good. He doesn't go after our fortress, which is... or our village, which is actually really, really good for us. And the defensive bonus of the mountain keeps us alive. That's fantastic. Because that might mean he gets distracted for another turn. Swordsman just hurls himself to his doom. Yeah, this is actually, this is going alright. Nice easy crit here. Unfortunately, I cannot actually attack the thing. Well, we gotta start putting some damage on this thing. A lot of us are just a little bit too short moving to get it. Let's threaten it. Let's panic it. Any amount of damage we can do to it is good. So I guess I'm going to move our lord to here, because this is the position from which he cannot get trebucheted. And then I probably do want to just purchase a reinforce for this guy. And we're going to continue living in fear of the trebuchet. Yeah, dogs are not good at fighting buildings. Let's do some other stuff here. Some things we know we need to do. Out of curiosity, yeesh, with the crit, I would do 14 and he would kill me. Alright, so the trebuchet doesn't have to be in a position where it can be in danger. But I want it to be... It's 5 range? I want it to be 5 spaces away from here. Cancel. Yeah, that's a position where it's not actually attackable, right? Everything they have only has 5 move. But if they go after the village from anywhere except here, then we have... I mean, they could go at it from above too, but that's not going to happen. Might be able to get some kills this way. And then down here we still have this dog. I don't want to attack a building with him because attacking a building is so weak. I think I'm going to move him to here. We're going to threaten the trebuchet. You are going to stay gonna move you to here. Keep them in a place where they can come in and get a kill, you know, distract one of their units, but not in a place where they can do it with the archer for free. And we're gonna try to grab this barracks next turn. So I'm gonna recruit another mutt here. And maybe save? So we're gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800. I'm just thinking, like, if we do take this barracks, I probably won't be able to recruit from it the turn I take it over, right? Maybe. I'm just gonna save up for a moment. If we take this barracks, I want to buy a trebuchet out of it immediately. So I want to make sure that I have the money to do that. Okay, that's a thing that that he is fast enough to do. That did a lot of damage to our knight. So we have a lot of pretty good attacks here at the beginning of the turn. And they are living in fear of our siege engine. That's pretty good for us, the living in fear. Okay. So we're going to break this barracks. And then be unable to capture it, it looks like. Yeah. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Okay, so the dog should now be able to finish the job. The good part about this is that they don't have they don't have a guy around who can capture either. So it's not like they're going to be able to take it. We gotta knock this thing down. 35. This is not lethal. We're not gonna be able to kill it, but we can get it really low. I'm willing to sacrifice this this adorable leaf dog for this purpose. I think I got positive damage variance on that too. It was a pretty good outcome, honestly. So now that that's not nearly so scary... Oh, I can't quite jump in the wagon and just get driven over here. Well, I guess this is what we'll do instead. We gotta start hacking this thing down slowly. Wagon probably has to go back here and get ready to pick up the next archer or something. Yeah, I can just run all the way forward. I am certainly not afraid of that dog. Where can that dog attack? Okay, so it wasn't... This feels pretty bad. The dog is so weak that maybe it's safe for me to just move the trebuchet up here? Yeah, you know what? I think it is. Because the dog's the only thing that can attack us. It's not going to do that much damage. It gets killed by our green guard. And then we can just heal the trebuchet if we need to. Right, you stand in front of the archer and be a big hero. You... What do you do? Reinforce a little bit off of this. Get to a position where I can reinforce off of this or charge over and help or something. And then I'm still going to try to maintain... I mean, we're going to have a ton of money next turn. So just in case I am allowed to hire out of a barracks the moment I capture it, I want to make sure we have 900 left, but we're going to be like very comfortable, I think. I'm going to get another shooter. And like another quagmutt. That should leave us with enough money. Oh, we have our Wargroove as well. Yeah, sorry, Quagmutt. You did a brave and noble thing. So it seems like the enemy almost never reinforces. Or maybe actually never reinforces. And I bet that Tree Man can't actually capture buildings. Oof. Alright, narrow survival for this Tree Mutt. Trebuchet is going to be able to drop that thing to neutral, which is whatever. That doesn't really matter. Okay, yeah, they're They're in really rough shape here. I'm just gonna go recapture that. Like he can kill the he can kill the swordsman if he wants, I guess. Let's see. You have 3 move. You could shoot 1 space further than it looks like. Keep missing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is perfectly safe. This is also perfectly safe from you. Yes, also from the tree man. And again, that dog is still potentially going to hit us, and that's fine. Let's jump in here and get dropped off here. That's a little awkward. This'll be fine then. Yeah, this tree man, his effectiveness has been blunted somewhat. So you can capture, can't you? Alright, you can capture, but you don't have the move. Well, I probably don't. Yeah, I probably don't capture with the archer. I probably attack with the archer. This followed by a crit from the healthy dog. Clean that up, and then I'll just have Tree Finger capture the building. From this side, I guess, I'm a little bit less worried about that trebuchet now.
This place will do nicely.
So no, I am not allowed to hire from it just yet. We want to make sure we have 900 next turn, though, because a trebuchet right here is going to be a really strong move. So you definitely don't want to go for that. You can't capture. I guess this guy moves to here and just recaptures that. Okay, I am allowed to reinforce from this thing. I'm leaving the archer in the open, though. Yeah, the dog does have enough damage, or does have enough move to get down here. They're gonna have a hard time keeping up the pressure. Yeah, that was probably right. We may lose the archer to the dog, but we're gonna be able to get the dog very easily after that. And then next turn we can just wall off here, take more stuff, and like they're in really bad shape, economically speaking. So we're gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 right now. But let's buy conservatively. I'm just gonna buy a pair of Quagmots again. Buy a little bit conservatively just in case we lose control of a building or two, which is extremely possible. This knight doesn't really have a good move. He probably doesn't want to stay where he is, I'll say that. Okay, their knight having that much move was a little bit of a... I had thought that guy was going to end up short. Well, our dogs definitely die here, so that's a much better position than I thought they were going to be in. They finally did run the 2 health dog across. Not sure what this play is about. That's very strange. Well, purchasing a spearman is not going to put us in a position where we can get a crit. We can throw a very easy kill onto the trebuchet. Use the spearman and the dog to kill the knight, and then like wild growth across here. Trap the tree man in with us and just put him away. Yeah, I like that. I like something like that. So let's take care of this. Oh, hold on. Okay, now that guy's not quite in range. May as well go back to full health. Turns out I actually probably want to get wagoned a little bit further. Yeah, alright, let's do this. So we knock out their trebuchet. Spearman plus dog doesn't quite get the job done, does it? I really thought it was going to. Well, is what it is, I suppose. So he's at 11. I still think we want to hire the trebuchet. I was going to hire it here, but I guess we'll hire it there instead. I go wild growth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nature will claim you.
Trebuchet here. That's pretty good, I think. We have more dogs running up because we always have more dogs running up because dogs are amazing. And do I even hire anything? I want to make sure we have a really good hire here next turn. Yeah, it almost certainly isn't going to hurt anything for us to hire a slasher. Alright, this feels like a wall they're going to have a hard time dealing with. We're probably still going to lose that knight to their archer. Yeah, Tree Man's going to get to pick his target. I don't think their knight is going to do any meaningful damage to anything. He's just going to sacrifice himself on Greenfinger. And that's all of the useful stuff they get to do for a while. Meanwhile, I don't know exactly how this works. Can I just destroy the stronghold? I don't have to touch it, do I? It says destroy. We might be able to just trebuchet their stronghold down over the next couple of turns. So you're gonna get... You're gonna give him a crit on counterattack. That's a little unfortunate. We can't quite get close enough to him to shoot him. Yeah, alright. I mean, not really another play. Swordsman can run forward and just recapture this. He's certainly not hitting the Tree Man. And then, now that you have that much damage on you, nope, still really, really dumb to attack. It would be a phenomenally bad idea. Alright, well, he's gotta be losing some of his capability to murder us, right? We'll just grab that slasher, and I am considering... I think I'm just gonna buy a shooter. We'd probably buy him here. Not buying him here is still gonna get us hit, right? Yeah, the guy has enough movement to do that. We gotta buy him there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this attack, even though it totally sucks. We're gonna move away. The reason I moved first was so we wouldn't get shot by the archer. Because it really does make him weak. If we end up losing that spearman, it is not the end of the world. And you're gonna be one space, yep. One space short. And then we bought a Quagmud. Okay, yeah, I think our trebuchet is going to be able to just knock his stronghold out. Oh, he bought another one of his own. They try to get his barracks back, which is not going to work. It's close, though. What is Sedge's groove again? I don't remember. Has he done it yet? No, he hasn't been fighting. Let's wipe this dude out. So our shooter can walk up here and shoot that thing. It doesn't really do a lot of damage, though. But I suppose I'll just take the crit. That's annoying. That's a very annoying position for that. The good news is we could buy it. Bad news is I wasn't counting my money. Good news is we could buy a trebuchet here and it would still have range, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Or we just move our existing trebuchet. Nope, we cannot. Of course not. Well, get over here. Yeah, that's very annoying. That Our stuff is always one space out of range. Alright, so you have to ping this guy down pretty hard. And they're coming through, right? They're not going to just sit and watch us forever. They are coming through the mountains. It's taking them a while, but they're doing it. So we do have to have units in place. Alright, so we have dogs up here. Run him to right there and wait for a little bit of support. And they have very little money coming in, and they can only buy 1 unit a turn. They only were able to buy that trebuchet because they spent like 2 turns of income on it. Let's threaten them with fast units from the flank. I'm just gonna buy 2 more dogs. We will definitely have the money for the trebuchet next turn. The dogs are the only units that make any sense over here. And you are just going to reinforce for... Yeah, 89 gold is absolutely an acceptable price. You're not going to buy anything? Is that right? Income of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm not going to buy anything. I don't know that anything we bought over here would be useful. I guess, actually, we have a spearman. You can buy another spearman to buddy up with him. This has taken quite a long time. It's alright. This is like making up for the fact that there was only one level in yesterday's episode. So they're going hard, as they often do. It is not going to work, and then I'm just going to reinforce my dude. Interesting that they chose to shoot at the vine instead of our archer. I thought for sure they would shoot at the archer. Okay, so they wasted a lot of their time there, which I really appreciate. You're definitely just burning their trebuchet. They should not have moved into range for that. Now we have a lot of targets to bring down in a real hurry. 61%. Let's go for this. Hoping we can get this. I'm not too worried about that spearman. We left him at 1%. Well, shoot. That complicates things because I was counting on being able to move in that square. And I can't willfully dismiss my vine. Alright, we can get a real easy kill here. We can run up, like I can't actually reach that archer, but we can run up to spook him. Do not attack the building. You can attack the building. You will actually do enough damage for it to matter. Alright, they're going to have a very hard time exerting any pressure here. See, the thing is, I really need this space to be open, right? If I attack this guy, the spearman cannot move into a position that will allow him to attack the dog. But if this guy's down, the swordsman should be able to, I think. So yeah, let's do this. We're gonna get like 0 stars on this. It has taken me 1,000,000 turns. Alright. So now we have another good shot on... Another good shot on their stronghold. And our archer can move and shoot it next turn. And they're in just like dire straits. They're completely overwhelmed. This is no longer even an economy thing. This is an all their troops are dead sort of problem. And I suppose we ought to keep moving stuff up. I think it's entirely possible that none of these units matter. Sure. Go ahead and get in there. We're not buying anything else over here anyway. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, Sedge is trying to get close enough to actually do something. Here he may be too late. Okay, that left that with a little bit more health than I was hoping it would. We're not gonna... Well, you know, it's possible. It's possible we get this. And actually, this guy will be able to finish it off. Never mind. We totally get this. Even if I don't get the lucky damage. Go forth, mighty swordsmen! Truly the strongest of our units, as I have always said. Show these dudes who's boss. Finally, an end to this dark chapter. Alright, tree guy, don't judge me. It was a tough battle. This saddens me, Sedge. After the opportunities I have given you, the trust I have placed...
That's enough.
I believed we had made progress, but you shun redemption. I was a fool to believe you could change. Leave now, Sedge. You are no longer welcome in Florin lands. Sedge is going.
What's your step?
But Greenfinger should watch the shadows. And so should Greenfinger's shiny Cherrystone friends.
Such a waste.
Harsh. Harsh words. From a harsh tree? Zero... Yeah, okay, one star. Hey, that's something. And we've unlocked yet another character for arcade mode. We definitely need to actually, like, look into that a little bit more. Well, that took forever, but hey, look, we did it. That has definitely got to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when we're aiming for an episode length somewhere in between the last two. And we'll see you then.